I can't even say anything to this.
Alright, this is our first time hearing anything by Cadet. Let's get into it.
Alright, boom, so a big part of my life has been shit. No, I can't lie about that. But for you to understand, I gotta take you on a journey and bring it right back me. I'm talking about Chestnut Grove. I'm only gonna tell man facts, a young nigga, hairline intact. Yeah, I was getting a gallon like that. See me, I was the man in school. But it's like, I was so up my own arse, my teacher could tell me, come to the front. I'd get a pen and try to teach the whole class. I'd 4 girls, but 2 wives in school. And that was Sharice and Tara. And now I follow Tara on Twitter. And Manny, I should've chose Tara, but anyway, I was all young and dumb. I weren't trying to fuck, I was trying to grab bum. A young nigga trying to have fun. You know, happy slap or grab phones and run. And now I'm making a name on the streets. And fam, the first time I...
Okay.
All right. First pause, what you got?
Oh, this is a little weird for me. Not the flow or anything, I like it. Mm-hmm. But it's knowing that he passed away. You know what I mean? It's just, it's weird. It's just weird because, like, the beat even is kind of a sadder beat, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then he's, like, showing his personality. Seems like a good dude. He's like, you know, back in school, teacher told me to come to the front of class. I grabbed my pen and try to teach the whole class. Like, I was that kind of dude. Like, seemed like a character, like a fun guy. You know what I mean? Like, dang, he passed away. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that's just what I was thinking, listening to the first part of it. What was your first impression?
I was just thinking, like, we all know somebody who's kind of like the sort of, not even class clown, but like somebody that's just like fun, you know, and they're like, they like the ladies and like they end up dying young. I feel like it reminds me, like it's like an archetype for, it's relatable, you know?
Yeah, I had a friend like that, like, wasn't close friend, we played ball together, you know what I mean? He was definitely a fun guy, great to be around, really was into the ladies too. And he got hit by a car and passed away, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. And I think he passed away in a car accident, so it's actually kind of similar.
Apple got phones and run, and now I'm making a name on the streets. And fam, the first time I had sex it was peak, but so quick I didn't know that I beat. And yo, the kid wasn't neat. But you know about me though, I had one message, I copy and paste to every girl that's on Bebo. And
Bebo! You remember Bebo?
I never had one, but yeah, I remember, I just never had one.
I don't even remember anything about it, but that name triggered the memory of Bebo. I remember Black Planet and Bebo.
Right.
Right? It was like the Black People Social Network type thing. He had a message you copy and paste.
About me though, I had one message, I copy and paste to every girl that's on Bebo. And profile pic 2 man, I was wrong. But that's when the shit got long. It might sound like I'm going off topic, but now I'm gonna tell you how I was a dog. Cause then I went college and I linked up with my boofing. And I took her off on one light skin you. We wouldn't fuck, but we'd do things. And I cheated on her, she took me back and then she left me as you do. You know, if you take a girl from someone, she can get taken from you. Now, these times she's doing her thing, but she won't tell me that it's over. And my cousin, he preyed the whole thing, but he's moving like it's kosher. And I can't lie, that fucked me up. And that might be why I turned cold. Cause she done that monkey bar thing. When you swing on, but you don't let go. But it's all good though. But it's on now. I guess I'm a...
Okay, so this is like a dissertation on relationships.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this sounds like just like normal stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the game.
It's cold.
It's like you gotta charge that girl to the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like his flow a lot.
What did he say about his cousin though?
Is he talking about crept?
What did he say though? I missed it.
I don't even know.
I'm still processing the previous things he said.
I
he said something about his cousin and that messed me up. But I was like, wait, what messed him up with his cousin?
I like how his flow is. Like, he's teaching a lesson. Like, he could be saying this to, like, a young guy from, like, his more wise perspective. And it's like he's teaching a lesson, but it rhymes. And it sounds cool. And, like, you know what I mean?
Well, it was like back in the day, like, old school rap was more like storytelling. You know what I mean? And the modern day rap is more like, we all know what it's like. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just bragging about a bunch of things.
Right.
But this reminds me more of, like, old school rap.
You know, if you take a girl from someone, she can get taken from you. Now, these times she's doing her thing, but she won't tell me that it's over. And my cousin, he preyed the whole thing, but he's moving like it's kosher. And I can't lie, that fucked me up, and that might be why I turned cold. Cause she done that monkey bar thing, when you swing on but you don't let go. But it's all good though, but it's on now. I guess I'm a dog now, trying to find bitches like a dog pound that will blow me like they wanna get snot out. And I will keep it 100 with you. Hey fam, I don't know my body count. I've had bare exotic things, even had a mixed face ginger and knocked down. How many gal have I beat now? Lost count, I ain't even talking Aki. I toss out, had some girls, most man would drop out, but I'm trying to bust my team quick and knock out. And I would rock out, with my cock out, yeah I was moving scatty. And true say I be cadet. Lot of these girls that throw pussy at me and you ever caught it. Dreams that I sold, yeah, some of them bought it.
What?
That was just funny to me. He said a lot of these girls would throw punani at me, and yeah, I caught it.
Oh.
Bust my team quick and knock out, and I would rock out, with my cock out, yeah I was moving scatty. And true say I be cadet. Lot of these girls that throw pussy at me and you ever caught it. Dreams that I sold, yeah, some of them bought it, but they couldn't afford it. And I ain't even talking about bare abortion, that's the deeper subject. Don't worry, I talk it, these girls, I wouldn't even have to move up, but I'm still picking them up like an Uber. I beat one, I should say I'm a user, cause I get around the whole team like a rumor. And I remember having a gal on a BB that said, if you don't want to beat, delete me. Believe me, enough of them girls were freaky. I had girls in sections wanting DP. Never once did they get an S and GD. I guess I got lucky that my mum is a GP. Seems be when they don't give them DD that they automatically want to get sneaky. Me, I've had girls say that I'm broke, but they've seen what I'm making a night, and I've heard that my dick is small, but they still complain. I heard their insides, and they even had girls on Twitter talking like
Dang.
What? And this is just like punchline after punchline, you know what I mean?
Right. I can't even say anything to this.
I mean, I'm enjoying this one.
It's very interesting.
I like when people talk about relationships and stuff from a different angle versus just the Hollywood romance. Oh, this is a relationship, like you gotta treat girls like this. And this is more like,
right.
Yeah, like women take up the whole spectrum. Some women are angelic. Some women will slide your DMs and just be like groupies. You know what I mean?
Throw it at you.
Groupies.
He said, I like it all.
It's like, yeah, everyone knows both exist, but a lot of people pretend it's not that many people on the groupie spectrum. You know what I mean?
It's more.
It's a lot.
you automatically want to get sneaky. Me, I've had girls say that I'm broke, but they've seen what I'm making a night, and I've heard that my dick is small, but they still complain. I heard their insides, and they even had girls on Twitter talking like I ain't got change. But the same girl said she'll commit suicide if I don't make time and see her in the day. See me, I ain't brought a girl home, and my family's thinking I'm nuts. Even the last girl I killed wifey, something about her I just couldn't trust. I just want that girl I bring home to be the only one that I do. Just because she might call me a slut, don't mean there ain't shit I ain't been true. Like when I got my ex pregnant, been there I would've had to, but her parents are Moroccan, so they just saw me as a blackie. Now alhamdulillah I'm a revert, but no, they didn't care about Dean. They said culture should go with culture, you know, and that's just how shit be. Now she never told her fam, and I never wanted kids from the start, but that fact that I never had a say, and that's what really sat in my heart. Like some real shit, that shit that had me stressing, cause bare people can't have kids in the world, so who are we to say no to a blessing?
Ooh. That's gotta be weird. Like, he didn't want it. She didn't want it. They didn't want it, but then it's like the fact that he didn't have a choice to not want it.
I mean, that's the plight of being a male modern day. Like, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice in anything. Like, when it comes to the whole reproduction thing.
Yeah, because, like, she want to have it and you don't want it.
Right. It's like, your only choice is to wear protection or not.
Which she could even...
But, and protection is mostly effective, but it's not 100%. But, I mean, it's pretty close to it. But, I mean, stuff can break and things like that, but like, that's, like, your only choice as a man. And then it's like, okay, if she does get pregnant, then it's like the ball's in her court. She doesn't even have to tell you that she's pregnant. She can have your kid and run off. Like, we've seen that happen to people. She could get rid of the kid. She could have the kid and put it up for adoption without you even knowing.
So then you know what I mean? Kid 20
like,
years later.
I read an article about that. Like, a guy had to fight in court to get his kid back because his baby mama had put the kid up for adoption. Because he got her knocked up. They weren't living together. And she just didn't tell him when it was born, and then, boom. But he signed up for a registry to where, like, they do a little test to see if you have a kid that's being put up for adoption or whatever. I'll link the article down below if anybody wants to read it. It was a long article. It was messed up, but he fought in court for a long time trying to get his kid back. And eventually he did get his kid, but it's like, as a man, you have to fight to be in your kid's life sometimes.
That's
you know what I mean?
so
It's
crazy.
But, like, a woman never has to do that. You can abort the kid. You can get rid of the kid through adoption. You know, you can have the kid when the dad doesn't want the kid. Like, the women have absolute power in that arena. Absolute power. And you can also put him on child support. Let's say he doesn't want the kid. He can't do anything about it. You can still put him on child support. If the mom doesn't want the kid, she can abort it. But the dad can't be like, no, I want the kid, and then I'll take him, and then I'll put you on child support. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
the dad has like no say. He's just a victim of whatever the mom wants to do. So, fellas, don't be getting women knocked up like that. It's not gonna end well.
Now, she never told her fam, and I never wanted kids from the start. But that fact that I never had a say, and that's what really sat in my heart, like, some real shit. That shit that had me stressing. Cause bare people can't have kids in the world, so who are we to say no to a blessing? And when I think back in the days, of course I would've changed it. Cause I'm lucky I ain't got a BM like the mother youths that were just on the same shit. And I swear, if God gives me a bag of tots, what are they gonna say to my daughter? When she wants to know how her daddy was, I mean, cuz, see, I was nuts. I was out here trying to bust nuts. I'm thinking of meeting girls for the first time in May. Got with a man we fucked, it ain't about who you go bed with. It's who's there when you wake up. But you ain't gotta take my advice, my G, cause I'm just Cadet, aka the slut.
Dang, so people called him a slut, I guess. It's like over here, like in the States, like you don't really use that term for guys.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like we know plenty of sluts. Like
what? Like men?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's not even like a thing.
It doesn't apply.
Yeah.
That term is only for women.
I feel like
women try to call men that, but like it just doesn't stick.
Yeah.
Like it's not a thing.
I feel like it's just the norm over here. But maybe it's not over there. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess he was getting called a slut or something like that. Or maybe he's just calling himself one. I don't know. I remember 21 Savage had that little sign at Amber Rose's Slut Walk. It was like, if she a hoe, I'm a hoe too, or something like that. So like some people will say stuff like that, but it's not really a thing. It does not stick.
This was so interesting. I definitely want to hear some more of his stuff.
Right.
R.I.P. man.
Right. Crazy.
That was
that was
really
the weird
good.
thing about watching this whole thing. It's like this is our introduction, but we know like he passed.
Yeah.
That was weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like learning about someone after they're already gone is just,
Dang,
it's different.
I wonder like how his parents feel when they listen to this song about he had a baby. That,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, it's like if somebody knew their kid was going to be gone, they want their grandkid at least.
Right, right.
You know?
Nah, I didn't even think about that.
Oh. That was good, though. That was a very, like, he's cold. I want to hear some more for sure.
What's the overall take, like, message you got from this song?
It was just like to me, it was like a story. Like, it wasn't like...
To me, it was a story, but also was like, I feel like a message to men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, definitely you got to be careful who you shacking up with.
Yeah.
The streets aren't all they're cracked up to be. Protect yourself. Because if you don't, then you're just going to be a victim of whatever the woman wants you to be, kind of thing.
He did say it's not about who you sleep with, it's about who you're waking up with. And you know what I instantly thought when he said that?
What?
I thought about those memes where, like, the girl wears, like, the lashes, the hair, the makeup, all the stuff, and then, like, the next morning, you wake up next to her and she's like, you don't even recognize the thing next to you. Like, that's probably traumatic. Especially nowadays where, like, the norm is, like, fake, everything. I feel like, I don't know, I could not be a modern man.
It's hard out here for us, you know what I mean? But we getting through it.
So
we getting
scary.
through it.
All right, guys, thanks for recommending this one. If you have any more stuff from Cadet, we love to check it out. Or Gets. We haven't done Gets.
Yeah, we need to get some
Or
Gets in.
Devlin. So, yeah, thanks for liking and commenting on this video. That's a wrap.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. You to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't know.